Hey there, welcome to another video. This one is a little bit of miscellaneous stuff going on. I'll show you what I'm working on. I'll show you some favorites of February and some fails. There are a couple of fails, very unfortunate. But before I get into all of that, quick housekeeping. The March Joy Art Club content will be dropping this Friday, March 6th. It's full of floral inspiration, really fun stuff, very playful, sketchbook, watercolor, all kinds of stuff, like mixed media fun. It's only €9 a month and you can cancel anytime. So that's coming on Friday, but then if you join the Joy Art Club this month, you also get 10% off everything else that I offer, including my Floral Playground class, which I'm launching another live run next week, March 10th. So I know it's really quickly. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. There are a lot of things going on in the world right now. If you're somehow involved in this, then I feel for you. And it's very challenging to continue kind of business as usual and work and do all the things when you have loved ones in war zones. So I hope this will end quickly. I am here for art therapy and spreading the joy of art and offering you a little bit of escapism. Here we talk about art and color and fun as the world around us falls apart, because what else can we do except develop all kinds of anxieties and try to find nice pink paint to relieve some of the anxiety. Anyway, as I said, we're here to cheer ourselves up and hopefully find some time to play. And if you need that in your world and you love painting loose florals, then I really encourage you to join my Floral Playground. It is such a fun course. I don't think there's anything like it out there, and I've taken many courses. Florals is probably one of my favorite subjects. I keep coming back to it. I think for me, the appeal is that combination of shape and color. So the ability to paint very colorfully, which is what I love, but with kind of simple shapes to rely on, and be able to create really loose, abstract florals, but still our human eye just loves to recognize things. So yeah, super fun class. You can read all about it in the link. Go to floralplayground.com and there you can find everything. And if you join first the Joy Art Club, then you get 10% off that you can use to the Floral Playground, which means you'll basically have a free month of the Joy Art Club. So this month is a really good opportunity to join the Joy Art Club, see if it's for you. We have a warm community. We have there almost 150 members. Everyone does their thing, which is probably my favorite thing about it. And we share also inspiration and we talk about other artists. It's not all just like, you know, what I'm doing. It doesn't really revolve around that, which I really love. And we do weekly challenges, and I'm hoping to add some more elements in the coming months. I was planning to do it in March, but I really want to add some like live calls so we can paint together, but it's just like with the war in the Middle East now, it's been a little bit like I've been very distracted because all my family is there. So yeah, so things are a little bit delayed, but the new content will drop and we're starting a live run next week of the Floral Playground. I wanted to say that, but now more important things. I'm just kidding. They're not more important. Other things. I really wanted to ask for your help in a couple of things that might be dangerous. Now, what I ask of you is give me like specific recommendations of things that you know and tried. Like, don't send me on some rabbit hole. I love falling down internet rabbit holes. I do that really well on my own, so I don't need more of that. Just like help me out with some specifics, like a specific place, an Etsy shop or something like this where you've bought there and you know it's fantastic. I I want two things. Okay, so I feel like maybe I should try another hobby because that's what I need. I have like a half room full of yarn and the other half is full of paint, but I think maybe some fabric and thread is needed. So I'm considering like dipping my toes in a little bit of slow stitching. I actually have a little bit of fabric on hand. I have like a bunch of I knew it would come in handy one day. I have a bunch of like linen color samples. I've ordered a few years ago some like custom made linen clothes. They usually will send you, unless you request them not to send you, samples of all of their fabrics. So I have a bunch of like cute little squares in linen in all kinds of colors. And then I have a little bit of fabric from, you know, previous neglected hobbies, forgotten hobbies. And I really want to do some slow stitching, but I don't know which like thread works well for this. I have some of these like classic, you know, DMC embroidery threads, but the thought of like starting to, you know, like divide the thread into smaller threads, that already like makes me think I'll never do that. So if you've tried slow stitching and you have like really specific recommendations, share them below. I would love it. And then another thing that is very, very random. So when I was a teenager and probably like preteen, I really loved collecting like pretty papers. I don't know, I only know the word in Hebrew, like I don't know even the word in English. It's not stationery. I mean, technically it's stationery, but it's like pretty paper. But when I was a child, so now I'm 46, it takes a minute. But when I was a kid, I used to collect these really cute, it would be usually like sets of papers and envelopes, and they would have like really, really kitschy, wonderful, pretty illustrations of, I don't know, cute cats and something like this. I love those things so much. At some point, I guess I got rid of them. We used to move like every few years when I was a kid, and so I didn't take like a ton of stuff with me. Like I outgrew a lot of my things, and we didn't like, you know, live in a big house where you could just keep things forever. So so that collection was lost. And then when I was 20, I went to Thailand, and in a market in Bangkok, I found some more pretty papers. Okay, but the thing is about this, now I know I was 20, but like this is like a lifelong obsession and source of joy. Okay, so the best thing about these, it's not that it's just like pretty papers. The best thing about these is that every page is different. Like every page is different. I can't tell you how happy it makes me. It makes me feel like every page is different. This one is even cuter. Like, I mean, I can't. It's just like too adorable. Now, this thing, I bought it when I was 20. I probably used like 5 papers because I have this weird attachment to this paper. It's just so pretty. And sometimes this, like, because it's from the Far East, sometimes they have like the funniest translations. It's like, it's just adorable. Okay, pink ring. We have them all. Dream, ambition, sensel, or is it sense? We make them all. Like, I don't know, it's filled with things like this. You will probably have to pry these from my cold dead hands. It's like ridiculous. I'm like a grown-up, I think. Like technically. I mean, come on. Anyway, so maybe I should just, you know, allow myself to replace these when I use them. Seriously, I used like 3 papers and I think it was, I don't know, I think maybe, like, I don't even know who in my life was worthy enough to get this, because I know that most people, especially like the people around me, which are not like real big crafters, you know, if I write them like a note on one of these papers, they, you know, they might appreciate the sentiment, but they will throw it away, and that's insane. Like, I would never waste this. So anyway, I would love to just like fatten up like a little bit my collection of these. So if you know something in this realm, like I haven't seen them. We were again in Thailand, as I mentioned, in February, and I was really looking forward to looking for some similar things, but we didn't have a lot of time to go to like markets, and I didn't really see any like cool stationery. If you know of somewhere, I mean, I'm considering like going to Japan, just like, or I don't know, somewhere where they just have like cute stationery. So I could just, you know, fatten up a little bit my collection beyond these two. So I told you, I bought them when I was 20. I moved countries since then, and somehow these stuck with me. I don't even, I think like I lost more photo albums, and these made it. So yeah, that's my requests. Let's get into like artsy stuff. I'll show you what I'm working on. I'll show you some of my favorite things that I've used, not including my 2 weeks in Thailand, because I talked about that in my last video. Make sure you watch that. It was a really fun one, and I loved people's comments on how they sketch on vacations and what they take, and kind of, you know, the real deal. Make sure you watch that video. Let's get into today's stuff. So I want to show you some of the things I've been working on. Start with my sketchbook, because that's always fun. This is the art creation sketchbook. It's the coral color, and it's gorgeous. I think it's my third one of this color, just because I like it so much. I should really start dating things. I don't know when I started it. I recently added a bunch of stuff as I was working through different themes, and you'll see that most of what I did this month was florals. Let me just show you a few of the things. I tried to mark them. I really like this floral. This is mostly pencils and pastels, and then just a touch of paint, and I feel like I really like that kind of ratio. And then these are like older sketch. When I finish this, I will do like a flip through, although there are a lot of like there are a lot of bad like ugly art pages, but this is like such a massive sketchbook. I think that's my only problem with it. There's just like so many pages. So this was, I'm just like trying to work through things, working through the concepts. I did the same thing before, well, I do the same thing before every course. And I think I also shared that either on YouTube or in the Floral Playground. Just like what you see in the course is a very, very small part of everything that goes into coming up with the concepts, because I really like it when I do things in a unique way that you can't find anywhere else, I think, like in my opinion. Like I haven't seen them anywhere else. This concept kind of evolved, and you'll see the final result, what we do in the tutorial, but it was really fun to work on it. This is actually a spread that I show in the Joy Art Club. It's a great fun little process, and I show you kind of step by step and talk through that. And then here I'm so like addicted to these pages. I was just working on this challenge, and there are like a few pages here. I think I showed them already, like these few. They're just like really covered in acrylic paint, and it adds like a certain layer, especially when you do this on both sides. It makes the paper kind of thicker and plasticky, but I don't know, in a fun way. So I'm kind of obsessed with this. It's like very, very tactile to have these like pages covered in paint. It's really fun. So this, I was also working on some concepts. So I was playing around. Now this gets a bit more floral, as you can see, and this is one of the new tutorials in the Floral Playground. It's just like, I will be the first one to admit that this is like not my favorite page at all, but the concepts and principles are really, really fun, and I talk about it and I show everything. And then this one was another sketch, like sofa TV sketch that I actually really like. And then here again, I'm trying to work on some concepts, thinking about the like essence of a flower and seeing if I can create this like very simple rendering of a flower with pencils. So that's what I was playing with here. From the sketchbook, things evolve into other stuff. This is still like a work in progress. I have to think about what I want to do here. This is actually was a fun little sketch we did last month in February in the Joy Art Club. The theme was dark colors, so this was really fun, like doing a floral on black gesso. This was also in the Joy Art Club. Again, we were exploring dark colors. How fun is this? Playing with watercolors, so it's like a loose floral. And then this is one of the new lessons in, I know it looks kind of crazy with all this in the background, so maybe I'll do it like this. So this is one of the new tutorials. This is so fun, and show you exactly how to make this step by step, and also lots of ideas for inspiration if you struggle to just paint florals from your imagination. This is one of my favorite new tutorials. And then this one is a really fun process video that is actually in the Joy Art Club in March. And we explore here a couple of really fun things like warm versus cool, and then also how to add these like florals on top. Super fun. This is another one of the new tutorials. What I love about the Floral Playground is that everything that I show you here and everything that you can see on the website that we do in the course, we actually do it in the course. We do it together, start to finish. It's mostly like 20 minutes tutorials, so you know, maybe 30, or like you have to add some details, but it's always under an hour. And I really love that, because with so many floral courses, what you see in like the sales page or the marketing images just ends up not being what you make in the course. It usually is a much more complicated process, or it'll be just like a very like detailed sketch that you use the teacher's sketch and everyone in the course makes the same floral, which is amazing if that's what you love, but that's like my that's like my worst. For me, it's just the thought of like everyone creating exactly the same picture. It's just not what I like to do. So that's one of my favorite things in the Floral Playground, that everything I show you, also from last year, like the original course, it's like all the pictures, if you go to the website and you look at all the pictures, all of it is done in the class, in the videos, start to finish, no skipping stages. It's so fun and easy, and I show you all the techniques of how to do that. This is one of the new tutorials and I really love it. It is a fun technique that I came up with. I'm very proud of myself, if I do say so myself. I don't know if you can see like the whole thing, but it's like this. I show you exactly how to do this and how to think about this. So it's like a really fun, special technique. It's not complicated at all. It just, you have to like make kind of a different switch in your brain, and then you have the best time. And this actually, I'm still not sure. What I wanted to do is like cut it to pieces and then maybe work on collage. I just had the best time like doing this. I feel like maybe I should just do this and not think about it too much. But that's the idea. Was as I started it, I was working on this piece, which is inspired by one of the pieces in the inspiration board. And then the original piece has like collage pieces. So I thought, okay, I'll just have fun and see what happens. But then it kind of stopped here. So we'll see. This is where I got stuck. But this is what I've been working on. Oh, I forgot I also made this. I really like this. This was like a super loose floral that it kind of reminded me. I don't know that I was thinking about it when I made it, but then the moment I saw things, It really reminded me of those late Monet pieces where his water lilies were like super, super loose. Not that I'm comparing myself to Monet, but it just gave me those vibes. So yeah, just having a lot of fun in my sketchbook. Oh, this was another fun page. So this is completely copied slash inspired slash copied from Emily Powell, which I love. I talk about her a lot here. I think one of my, I'm going to manifest this, but one of my goals for 2026 is to take like a live in-person workshop with her. So I'm waiting for that opportunity. But this is, it's one of her like gallery books that I got from her website. It's a signed copy, and I think she would appreciate that I've like abused it, because I think it's a good sign. But I just love, I really love everything that she does, but her florals are just super delicious. So I was just playing and feeling very uninspired. So I copied, like I Frankensteined some of her paintings in this spread. I show it in the Joy Art Club just as like a extra bonus thing, because this is definitely not, you know, my work, my concepts. But I had a lot of fun, and I don't know if these are still available, but I definitely recommend picking it up. It's just like her artwork is so joyful. You can just see, like the joy just jumps at me. Now, I want to share with you a few fails. I wanted to share it because I thought maybe some of you are also planning to get some of the NeoArt. The truth is that in practice, I really don't feel like a huge difference between them and the NeoColor 2, but the NeoColor 2 is water soluble, and I actually don't need them to be. And sometimes I really prefer to have like this water resistant medium. I just really like the resist effect of it. I ordered a bunch of these. I wasn't too crazy about them. Then I saw Sandy Hester, which is like my biggest enabler, loving hers, and I was like, okay, maybe I should give them another try. So I did, and I love them now. And it's like, like sometimes I like get a personality. But anyway, I do love them now. And so I went ahead and I bought a bunch more colors that looked interesting, and hopefully I will like them. But I have to tell you, there are a couple of shades here that I really don't like. Maybe you will like them. This is like totally personal preference. It is, what's it called? Violet Gray. On its own, I don't hate it. But then somehow whenever I want to use it, it just kind of feels dead and kind of deadens the area. And then the other one is an even sadder disappointment. This is Olive Brown 50%. You know how much I love any kind of olive, earthy colors, but this one is just so sad. And every time I use it, like maybe I'm putting this down and you are like, oh, this is the prettiest color I've ever seen. And it does look a little bit brighter on camera than it is in reality. In reality, it is, I don't know, it's just sad. And it makes me so sad because also it's the only green that I got. And I remember when I looked, I didn't feel like the other greens were so exciting. So I ordered a bunch of greens, and I hope that maybe something will improve the situation, because I don't know, this green is just a bit too dead. Let me show you, for example, like this one is the Aucuba green. It's like so much better. It just has more life to it. Now obviously it's not the same color, like this is not olive green. Wait, let's see. I think this is olive. See, this is like so much better. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a good name for it, like the olive brown, but it's just, I thought I would love it, and I really, really don't. It just doesn't work for me. I feel it's just too dead for what I like. This one, I don't have the full name, but I think it's like olive or dark olive, and this nice. And then this is, I think, also one of the new colors. Yeah, this is light olive. I don't know if that's a good name for it, but it just makes me so much more happy than the NeoArt green. So, but these two colors I so wanted. I was playing with my NeoArts here, and I actually really like all of the other colors that I got. Fun shades. They're a little bit out of the ordinary, and then also like the regular ones are really fun. Like the ochre one is really good. It's like really alive, I feel. But these two, I feel so disappointed. They're so sad. I think I'll put them away somewhere where I don't have to look at them and be sad. The other colors are really, really nice. And now a product that I really enjoyed in Thailand, and also now in the studio, I was working on all kinds of pieces and I kept coming back to these, are the Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. Now I have to say that I think not all of the colors are as like fun to use. For example, or maybe it's just the opera. The opera one is, I find it just like harder to activate, especially, I mean, it's like, it's okay. But then when you compare it, like I'll show you, when you compare it to like the other colors, it feels, maybe it's not hard to activate, maybe it's just like less pigmented. So this is the opera, but then look, when I take this one, this is quinacridone red. So again, it could be that this one is just less pigmented and maybe you like that effect, but I don't know, I find that I just have to work too hard to get anything like out of it. I'm actually also not a fan of the Daniel Smith opera. I know it's like super popular with some people. I never liked it. For me, it was just a little bit too garish. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of, I don't know why I bought the, I think I was probably FOMO or something, but I'm not a fan of the stick. And then you can see with the other colors, like the quinacridone red is so lovely. And then also this one, what are you? This is organic vermilion. Like there's just like so much more intensity and it's just like a lot more fun to use them. I especially enjoyed the greens that I have. I ordered a few more and I think I will slowly grow my, these are the ones that I have. There are a lot more colors. I think I'll slowly add because I really like them. And with the greens I had the best time because you just get like this nice variety of lines where you can like sketch with them and it's kind of rough and you don't get like a ton, but then you can add a little bit of water or a lot of water or like drag them through wet paint and you just get like this really wide variety of options and textures and lines. So I really enjoyed that for like capturing the trees and the landscape and like the beachscape. It was a lot of fun with these. So this one is serpentine green, and then I have another green. Where are you? This is undersea green, and it's like the same. Like with both of these, I had the best time. Now Daniel Smith, they don't have all of their colors in these sticks, but I'm so happy that they made these greens because undersea green is like one of my favorites. And serpentine, I don't know, it works. It's not one of my favorites in like watercolor pans or tubes, but as a stick, I don't know, it works really well. And then undersea green is great. Like, you see what I mean? You can just like get such a lovely variety from these. Like it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun in the sketchbook. That was my experience. I wanted to mention it. And then the color that also surprised me, because I'm not such a huge fan of it in a pan, but I really enjoyed using it in the stick, is cerulean blue chromium. I don't know why, but like, you see how it's just like, the camera really hates turquoises, so this looks more blue than it really is. It's like, I don't know, if you know cerulean, then it's a nice version of it. And the color is not as blue. Like this one almost looks cobalt. It's not. It's leans more green turquoise. It's a great blue for, you know, skies and sea. Lovely. So those I really, really enjoyed, and I wanted to mention that. I have a few more and I use them, but these were like my absolute favorites. I also want to mention, I noticed that I was very low in my watercolor palette. I was running low on 2 pans. They were completely empty, and it's these two, so I just reloaded them, and I wanted to show you the colors. And that is from the new, relatively new Holbein granulating colors. This is the Parrot, something, something, Burke, something. I'll put it on the screen. It's such a great color. I think in all of the marketing materials, I think they use this to paint flamingos, and it's really great. It's like a soft orange with this bright pink hues in it, and some what looks like kind of like a orange yellow granulation. It's really, really pretty. And then there are a few really pretty colors in that release, in their granulating colors. These ones I noticed that I completely ran out of. This one is called something Wonder Forest something. I'll put the names on the screen. But it's like this kind of emerald minty color. I don't know that the granulation here is so strong, but clearly I enjoyed using it because the pan was completely empty. Look how pretty that is. I mean, this is just like thin sketch paper, so the paper is getting creased because of the water. This actually helps you to see the different shades. Like, I love this color from Holbein. It's fantastic. And then this one also, it's so special. There are some great colors in there, but I think these two are like the most special ones. There's another one that is great. It's very delicate. They're all kind of delicate. You want to give them water, like spray them so that they are activated. This is also just like really pretty, like a mauve color, but it granulates. I don't really have anything like this. It's like, I don't know, maybe slightly more purpley sister to Potter's Pink. Like, maybe it's giving me those vibes. And I think all three of them would work so well in floral pieces, the focus this month. Also, I want to mention one of my like all-time favorite brushes, whether you like painting in watercolors or in gouache. I also have one for acrylics, just because I didn't think such a brush could work so well for me, but it really does. It's very ergonomic, very comfortable to use. It's small, it's light, it's very like pleasant to hold. It is the Royal Langnickel Mini Majestic Dagger 1/4 inch. I've had mine for years. It's such a workhorse, and it looks, I mean, it's a little bit frayed, like a little bit in the edges there, but this has been used and abused so much. There's a smaller version of this, I think like 1/8 of an inch. I don't like it as much. This one is just like perfect. It's perfect for florals, but I use it for everything. So I wanted to mention that. Now I also want to mention, it's kind of like a reluctant recommendation. Not because there's anything wrong with these, like on the contrary, just because I never really connected with these. This is like a set of Faux Squirrel Zen Art brushes. This is the flat one, 3/4 of an inch. I have a few more. I think this is meant for watercolors, but I don't know, I didn't really connect with them, so they kind of got bumped down to be used for acrylics, where I keep the brushes that I don't care about that much. And what I noticed was that the bristles of this brush were the softest ones and like the easiest ones to clean from pretty much all of my acrylic brushes. So I don't know if it's like some sort of like bristles that really are very easy to clean. I don't know what the secret is here, but I paint with acrylic quite a bit, and I have a lot of brushes, and I can never get them like this soft and this clean as easily as with this brush. So I have a few more in like different shapes. I think this was sent to me, I can't even remember. It's not even like, it's a little bit wobbly, and I think it came off. I keep using it because I love soft brushes and they just stay soft and they're like so easy to clean. So yeah, NeoArt Faux Squirrel. If you abuse your brushes, but you like them still like really soft, then this, as I said, like I didn't think these would work so well for acrylics, and they work really, really well. I wish I could find like a good shape that I really love, then I would buy like a bunch of them and use them for acrylic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you very soon in another video. I hope to see you in the Joy Art Club and in the Floral Playground. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you want a pile of yummy floral painting sketches, then come join us. I think now we are already over 80 people in the Floral Playground, and a lot of them were in the previous run and they're excited to do another run. It's a great opportunity to get out of an artistic rut, or just, you know, paint a lot of pretty florals. Take care. Bye bye.